It's a bit of a drive from the camp area to the walks, so we've got 13 kilometres from the campsite to do our nice early walk.
At sunrise.
We're going to Mini Palms Gorge first up.
Mini Palms Gorge. It must be like a good picnic spot. Looking at the mountains. No, I can't.
Lots of palms up in those crevices up on the mountain.
An acacia valley now.
And we don't have smell-o-vision.
Where the bees are starting. Oh, there's bees. I haven't seen bees. Is it a bee or a fly? Sounds like a bee. I'll try and find them.
Fly, I think.
They might be native bees, but they sound big.
A big man with a big hat.
It does look big, James.
You know what they say.
Alright, so we're off on our first walk at Purnululu to the echidna. No, I'll start again. We're off on our first walk at Purnululu. We're doing the Mini Palm.
We are.
Mini Palm walk. Gorge, is it? Mini Palm Gorge?
Mini Palm Gorge.
Yeah. So what a beautiful morning.
It is.
Crossing a
It's
creek.
actually a very nice place here.
Yeah.
It's been a bit hectic this morning.
To get here in left it before dawn, just to drive from the camping ground. But yeah, we want to get back up to Echidna Gorge as well. But we're trying to get the sun coming through the chasm, so we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Very pretty. Oh, look at these here as well. And the lovely grey of the gums. It's beautiful. I like that.
You just stand and listen. There's lots and lots of birds.
A big lump of rock. It looks like a pile of gravel, but I think it's, I don't know, is it conglomerate rock or sedimentary rock? I know sedimentary is in the sediment, but conglomerate is a mix of rock. I don't know. It's a long time since I was in Sister Maria's geography class. Not geography, what would it be? I taught it, but I don't know, maybe it was social science.
Science, not geography. Geography is about where the rock is, not what the rock is.
Not what the rock is, so that would be biology? Gosh, I remember learning it. But
Science.
Science.
Just science.
Just science, yeah.
That sounds good.
Oh, here we are, James, you're off the track. James coming through the conglomerate labyrinth. It's very cool.
Conglomerate, you think they're
I don't know. I'm going conglomerate.
I'm pretty sure they're conglomerate. And I'm not even a geologist.
Well, they are, but I don't know whether that's the correct term of these particular ones.
Crikey, where are we going to now?
Yep, up and there to the left. Yeah, up and over that one.
Take the backpack off.
Yeah, we're going to need a couple of hands for this. Cool. This is fun. My backpack will probably be in the way. There we go, sideways. Backpacks before ladies. Ooh. Hat. Made it. Whoop, it up down. Oh yeah, oh, more rock hopping. A lot of rock hopping, actually. Scrambling. Jeez. I said it again. I'm going to hell how many times? Holy goodness. Cripes. Crikeys. I have to come up with something else.
We've had this place all to ourselves, but we're about to get overtaken by someone walking faster,
Oh, look at that though.
taking less notice than us.
The chasm up there. It's beautiful. I think we're nearly at the end of the trail. That's the view out through the entrance there. Quite beautiful.
Ah, the serenity.
Oh wow, we can get the view down there now. That'd be nice with your big camera, Jane.
Second walk for the day. This one is Echidna Chasm. I can tell by the car park it's not going to be a serene experience. But anyway, that's what it is.
Wow. Change in the temperature just dropped, I reckon 5 degrees. That was awesome. Like how you calmed in that wall. That's great. Oh, so much cool.
pretty impressive in here, and lovely and cool.
It's so cool. And when you see when you see someone walking there, it looks even better.
Wow.
It's just you could see the size. Like it's a scale.
If this is what we're meant to see, but there's an awful lot of people here waiting to see it.
Oh, look at that. Actually, that was great looking back there too. See that one? Come up higher here.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Aren't you filming us? You're filming that way. Look. Looks great.
Wow, look at that.
It's been like a rock there. Like when you hear a rock, like a tumble of rock, you go, oh my god. Oh no. Wow. Pretty cool. Whoop. I'll just go up. Up.
In here, it actually feels a bit like you're in a cathedral.
Down, down, down. There you go. We did it.
What do you think?
Beautiful, amazing, really spectacular actually. And the photos I hope will be beautiful and justify it. But just that you can crawl all the way up there, right up into that, you know, the bowels of it. Fantastic. Yeah.
There you have it. Fantastic, because we can crawl into the bowels. Actually, it is really good. Back into the light. Yeah, it was pretty cool in there. Literally cool to be in there, and lovely and cool temperature wise. It's quite peaceful. I'm actually not feeling the urge to rush out at all.
Wow, don't stop a sec. Oh my gosh, did you look behind you? Hang on.
Well, day 2 of our walks in the Purnululu National Park, or the Bungle Bungles as it used to be called. This time we're down the end where the famous domes are.
We're staggering along because it's actually all uneven.
It is quite uneven, but
It's sort of smooth black rock and sand patches, and we're sort of not looking where we're putting our feet.
anyway,
It's a bit tricky.
it is certainly a very striking place.
Yeah. Yes, they're very different to the northern end. The Currajong camping area end. But yeah, I mean the sun's on that now. It's very much the honeycomb rock. Yeah, that's pretty impressive actually.
It is beautiful, but I have to say, very, very hard to film. And I keep getting put off my filming when I look in the viewfinder and I see what I look like in this hat.
Oh, look at that. Another little creek runs down through there. Wouldn't that be amazing when it's running?
Certainly very spectacular. But like I said, it seems to me that it's nearly impossible to portray on film. Well, for us anyway.
Gosh, look at the honeycomb sort of. Wow, in there, look at that. Is that mud or is that hard? I wonder.
I think it's sand, but see there's plenty of fish in there.
Yeah, I can see the fish there. That honeycomb pattern's quite impressive.
There are fish in this pool. I don't like their chances as the dry season progresses.
Maybe they're all doing the long walk.
Wow.
Quite acoustic. Woo. Woo. Pretty cool.
It's pretty good. The water does not look very nice. It's obviously a bit manky. But it would be very spectacular when the water was running out of that crevice up there. And you'd have a sort of a waterfall down into here, I imagine. Under here is quite amazing. But it's one of those places where you look around at all the fallen rocks, which are quite big, and you sort of wonder really how long I want to stand underneath this great big rock overhang. So everything here is unusual. The mountains, everyone knows they're unusual. The amount of conglomerate rock, even the anthills on top of the rocks, and they run down from the top down like spilled paint down the sides of the mountains. But this creek bed, it's really unusual. All the way, it's just these big rounded, grooved erosion. You know, the other creeks in this park have all got large pebbles, for want of a better description, and sand in the creek beds, and yet this one, there's all this stuff.
Telling me they are 61 a bit. I just think just do it, you know? I've always done, just do it. And then you sort of have to think, well, I'm not 21 anymore. Hey.
No. That was 40 years ago.
Another manky pool.
With fish?
Yep. It's not as manky as some of the others. Choppers here, everywhere.
It's our mate the crow. What's a ver... Oh, sore finger. Took a bit of a tumble earlier, hurt my finger. What's the verdict on Whipsnake Gorge, Jodie?
It's a lot cooler.
It's very cool. It's a nice place to just sit here, but it just doesn't have the beauty of Echidna Chasm or Mini Palms or the cathedral.
No, it doesn't.
And the walk is 90% sand and loose gravel. So even though it's flat, in a way it's not a hard walk, but the surface makes it a bit of a harder walk.
A slog. And it's how many kilometres?
It's 10 kilometres round trip.
Yeah. And it's hot in the sun, not ridiculous.
It's hot out on that riverbed, but not too bad. There's a bit of a breeze blowing, but you wouldn't really, I don't know.
I don't think it's worth the slog in, to be honest.
No, it's a nice place to just sit and contemplate. But
yeah.
maybe, if they allowed you to go up here further, up these ravines, it might be more interesting. I don't know. We did 4 walks, and I would say 3 of those are really interesting.
Yeah. Excellent walks, really.
Mini Palms Gorge, beautiful.
Got there early though.
We got there early.
Very early. The bird song, the walk in, it was crisp,
the light,
cool.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Interesting, a lot of rock scrambling.
A lot of rock scrambling, which was fun. I thought it was a really fun walk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Honey Palms Gorge, I'll give that a 10 out of 10. Echidna Chasm,
Amazing.
really interesting,
Yeah.
and I would have given that 11 out of 10, but there was a lot of people in there, so we'll still stick with 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But once the sort of point where the sun's supposed to shine down the chasm and light it all up, once that had been, you know, people just left.
Yeah. It was quite peaceful.
It was beautiful in there after that.
Yeah, and the scale is impressive to
Really,
see
yeah.
in real life. So the southern end,
Cathedral Gorge was spectacular.
The gorge itself, when the scale of it, you're tiny and it's huge. The walk-in was okay, but we also did the Whipsnake Gorge walk. I'll call it a slog. 10k return. It was hot, and it was walking up a riverbed, sort of loose gravel, loose rock, and not very much shade, so take plenty of water. And when you get to the actual gorge, average.
Actually, the walk up the riverbed was more interesting than the gorge.
Yeah, definitely. We didn't do all the walks at
No.
either north or south end, so we can't comment on them. But the ones we did, definitely top 3, and
And the other thing too, the walks are a long way from the camping areas. There's 2 camping areas, one at the northern end and one at the southern end. Currajong, to my mind, was a much better camping area, bigger sites, a bit more open, and you looked out towards the ranges. You got the sunset on the range. The other one, Wallardy, was quite cramped and a bit dusty. I don't know whether it would always be dusty, but it was a bit dusty. Had sort of more shade, but it was just a bit jammed in.
Yeah. Both quite good campsites.
We had a couple of funny incidents in the camping areas. At Wallardy, we backed the van, the back of the site, there was a little creek bed running behind it, and we backed back sort of into the edge of the bushes there. We're maybe 10 feet from that creek bed, if that. And we had the shower out the back, so we had the doors open and we were hidden, so we just had our showers there. And then it was only later on that I found out that there was a walking track run up that little creek bed. So luckily no one came walking past.
Oops. Anyway, that was fine. But the business at the northern end, that was probably a little bit more.
Yeah. I don't know. We must look like very welcoming
people.
Let me tell you, we're not.
We like our privacy.
Anyway, so we were on it. There was 4 sites in a row there. And the first one had someone in it, second one was empty, we were in the third one, and the fourth one was empty. They're big sites. And
lots of sites available.
Yes, the whole camping area was
probably half.
Or less, I would say. I would say it was 2/3 empty.
Had a lot of options. Yeah.
Anyway, these people came with a slide-on camper, backed her up, like literally 8 feet away from us on our site, alongside us.
Yep.
On the opposite side to our door. We were sitting outside on the other side.
What's going on?
Anyway, and I'm thinking, are they just sitting there for a minute? Anyway, but no, they're up. They go set up the camp, get out the tables and chairs. The tables and chairs were literally a couple of feet away from our van.
The kitchen window at them. I'm going, what the? You got all this space.
You could hear them
chatting and munching and blowing noses.
Coughing up phlegm, the whole works and jerks. And
anyway, he couldn't stand it.
I couldn't stand it. I tried to ignore it for a bit, thinking, anyway, because I don't really want to be getting aggravated when I'm travelling around. No. Anyway, but I couldn't stand it, so I had to go and ask him what on earth you're doing. And this is our site.
You're on our
There's
site.
An empty site next door and an empty site on that side. What are you doing?
What are you doing? So then they go, oh.
So they got a bit indignant and said, well, we'll leave then.
We'll leave then. And
I thought, well, that's excellent. Off you go.
Off you go. I don't know. I don't get it, because we try to get it on our own as much as possible. So we're the polar opposite to that.
I mean, we did have a nice shady tree on our site. And maybe
but there were others.
There were others. Yeah. Whether they thought that or whether it was a primo site, I have to say. It was a great site. Yeah. So, but no different really to the ones either side of us.
No.
Anyway, the road into Purnululu, that has a bad reputation.
Yeah, rough.
Partly deserved.
Yeah, it was very corrugated.
Very corrugated. Yeah. On the way out was better. They've done some grading.
Yeah, 53 k's.
It's a fair way. But the track's inside the park.
are also
they're
rough.
every bit as bad.
Corrugations are bad.
We
Very
actually got a broken mirror on one of them.
Yeah, rough roads. Couple of the caravan people that came in.
Yeah,
when
well, we
were
only
there.
spoke to 2 people really with
Right.
caravans,
Right.
and they were ones that ended up camping next to us at the 2 different places, and both of them had sustained damage on the way in, and one of them, actually, we met them later, and they just lost a few bits and bobs on the way back out too.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, and another guy we spoke to, fair way further into our trip, was telling us that the back wall fell off his caravan going into there, and he had to ratchet strap it back on.
It's rough, and it's a long way. It's not a lot of reprieve. But
I think, like everything, it's luck of the draw. If you got there after the grader, it'd be fine.
And we passed the grader when we were going out. It was coming in.
Yeah, it was better going out.
So
anyway, overall, Purnululu, definitely go there.
Yeah, and allow a bit of time to have a good look at the gorges in particular.
Yeah, the walks at Purnululu are really good. As a national park, those walks make it one of the better ones you'll go to.